Okay, our third method of solving systems of equation is elimination method. Elimination method, the whole point is to get one of these variables by itself by eliminating the other variable. So we could get rid of the x's first, or we could get rid of the y's. Notice when you use the elimination method, it needs to be in standard form. Both of those equations, notice, are in ax plus by is equal to c form. And when they're both in that form, then you can proceed. Or that is the easiest way to do this. All right, so you can choose either the x's or the y's. I'm going to get rid of I'm going to choose the x's. So what I would do is, if this were also negative 8x, or if this were positive 8x, there's two different ways you could do it. If this were negative 8x, then I could subtract negative 8x, subtract itself would equal 0. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply this entire row by 8. And when I do that, that will be negative 8x, positive 64y, positive 240. And so I think that's what I did down below. Multiplied that out, and then now look at what I have. I have the original top equation, and now I'm going to subtract this whole line. If we would have multiplied this entire row by negative 8, then this would have been positive 8x, this would have been negative 64y, and this would have been negative 240. And then you could have added the columns. But because we just multiplied it by 8, we're going to use the subtraction method. Any number subtract itself cancels. And then 16 subtract 64 is negative 16y, subtract 64y is negative 48y. And then 0 subtract 240 is negative 240. And then we're just going to divide both sides by negative 48. And we see that y is equal to 5. Then, now you're just going to use the substitution method. You're going to pick one of these equations and you're going to substitute y back into the equation to find out what the x value is. So plug 5 in. So I chose this one right here, and I just substituted for 5. So 8 times 5 is 40. We're going to subtract 40 on both sides. 30 subtract 40 is negative 10. But we don't want it to be negative x, so we're going to either divide or multiply either way by negative 1. Usually we do this. X is equal to 10, and then you just write your solution set. All right, and once in a while when you do this, you're going to get some weird stuff. And remember, when things are the same, you have infinite solutions. And when you get weird answers that it can't, let's say you end up getting, I'm not going to think of one off the fly. So remember, on systems, you can have where they intersect at one point. You could have no solutions, which is parallel lines, and you could have infinite solutions where the lines lay right on top of each other. All right, that's it for this one.